Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. 20 million individuals were on unemployment at one point or another in 2020. This is an unbelievable number if you really think about it. 20 million. Think about that for a second. 20 million of our fellow Americans, just blows my mind talking about it. 20 million of our fellow Americans were on unemployment at one point or another in the year 2020. Now, here's the interesting thing. This unemployment income is traditionally subject to federal income taxes, because when the unemployment system was created in the 1930s, the idea was that this income which is coming through the states is essentially taxed. In other words, the federal government gets its share, states get their share. But with the American Rescue Plan, the $10,200 unemployment tax break that was instituted with the passage of the American Rescue Plan in March now allows individuals, as long as they are within a certain income threshold, to take the first $10,200 of income per person per household, as long as they qualify, and not pay federal income tax on it. Now, what makes this situation a little bit more complicated is that states may or may not charge their taxes on this $10,200 unemployment tax income, if you want to call it that. But what is interesting, and this is the purpose of this episode of Ignition Time, nearly 7 million, yes, you heard that right, nearly 7 million of our fellow Americans are now in line to get some sort of a tax refund. Yes, some sort of a tax refund because of the $10,200 unemployment tax break. Welcome to this episode of Ignition Time, where I give you the latest news, the most current news, the most accurate news about the country, the economy, as well as our money. This right here is a little bit of information about me. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Check out my introductory video. You'll learn how I was able to overcome the cycle of poverty that you see on your screen right now. This cycle of poverty is very, very, very hard for people to get out of. People spend years, in some cases decades, in some cases generations, to try and get out of the cycle of poverty. And I will teach you how to live a life of success, wealth, and freedom, and help you escape the cycle of poverty. Let's start with this headline on your screen from Fox Business. At least 7 million Americans in line to receive the $10,200 unemployment tax break. About 7.3 million tax returns processed by the IRS as of early March qualify for this exemption, which means that the IRS is going to have to issue tax refunds to those who qualify. In other words, 7 million of our fellow Americans can expect some sort of a refund because of the $10,200 unemployment tax breaks. Now, according to a new report that was released by the Treasury Department, and we'll show you that report on your screen right now, about 7.3 million tax returns processed by the IRS as of early March qualify for the exemption, according to a brand new Treasury report that was released in the past few days. The returns represent a collective, this is a whopping number, a collective $87 billion in jobless aid, according to the analysis presented in this report. So again, 7 million individuals who received $87 billion in aid are now not going to pay taxes and will therefore get refunds if they've overpaid their taxes when they filed their tax returns. Now, out of these 7 million returns, some may not have paid the taxes because they filed their returns accordingly, but many individuals can now expect a tax refund, because by the time the American Rescue Plan was signed into law, many millions of individuals had already filed their tax returns, and also many millions of individuals who received unemployment benefits had their taxes deducted from the beginning. So the good news is that refunds can and will start to go out very shortly. Now, here's an official announcement from the IRS. Because the change, meaning the American Rescue Plan, the institution of the $10,200 unemployment tax break, because the change occurred after some people filed their taxes, the IRS will take steps in the spring and summer to make the appropriate change to their return, which may result in a refund. The first refunds are expected to be made in May and will continue into the summer. Again, this is very encouraging, because if you filed your taxes and you received unemployment benefits, and you're among the 20 million individuals who received unemployment benefits, 1/3 of those individuals, 7 million individuals, who qualify for the benefits. If you're one of them, you should hopefully be getting a tax refund from the IRS very soon. So the big question is, how is the agency doing the calculation and who gets the money first? We have some information there. The agency said it will do this recalculation, and in other words, the refunds, the repayments of overpayments of taxes in two phases, beginning with taxpayers who are eligible for the $10,200 exclusion. It will then proceed to calculate the new refund for married couples who are eligible for $10,200 times 2. This is assuming each spouse was indeed on unemployment and getting the benefits. So first they'll make sure that single individuals get the money, and then they'll make sure they move on to married couples who are eligible for $20,400 exclusion and slightly more complex returns. Here's a quote from the IRS. There is no need for taxpayers to file an amended return unless the calculations make the taxpayers newly eligible for additional federal credits and deductions not included on the original tax return. I have done another video on our channel where I encouraged our viewers to submit amended returns, assuming that our viewers and subscribers were qualifying for additional credits, and I have done videos on additional credits on our channel as well. So make sure you check out other videos on our channel. So again, the agency is saying there is no need to file an amended tax return unless the calculations make you newly eligible for additional credits like the earned income tax credit, the child tax credit, and other deductions that were not included in your original return. In short, the IRS is saying you need to be educated about all the credits and all the deductions that are available to you. And you need to take the extra step of filing an amended return so that you can claim all those credits and all those deductions. Folks, I encourage you, if your situation is complex, talk to an accountant. But if your situation is more streamlined, then I've done enough videos on our channel to help you get started on this important subject. And the IRS website is also available if you need additional information. Now, I want our viewers and subscribers to know that you are eligible for this $10,200 unemployment tax break if your household earned less than $150,000 last year, regardless of your filing status. Now, workers, unemployed individuals can exclude this aid. Remember, this applies to unemployment benefits earned in 2020. Can exclude this aid when calculating their modified and their adjusted gross income. So let's say a household earned $140,000 last year, but there was an individual within the household who collected $10,200 in unemployment benefits. That individual would still be eligible to take advantage of this $10,200 tax break. Therefore, that individual would be able to exclude the $10,200 in unemployment benefits from their adjusted gross income. So again, this break applies to this tax filing season, which began on the 12th of February and which ends on the 17th of May. So it's probably ended by the time you've already seen this. So hopefully you filed your taxes or sought an extension with the IRS. Now, the federal government and most states normally count unemployment benefits, including the extra money distributed, the $600 a week federal booster. That's what they were doing normally. But unlike a typical paycheck, taxes are not automatically deducted from unemployment aid. This creates a potential for refunds. Now, this under normal circumstances could have created a problem for individuals who've said, whoa, I owe the IRS money. So normally, again, with unemployment benefits, your taxes are not deducted. And so therefore at tax time, a lot of people have to pay taxes. They owe the government taxes. But in this situation, those people who felt that they owed the government taxes and then actually filed their tax returns and made a payment now are owed that money back simply because of the $10,200 unemployment benefit tax waiver that was instituted by the American Rescue Plan. And folks, you remember I mentioned at the start of the video that approximately 20 million individuals were on unemployment benefits at some point or another. Well, the fact is that 20 million number constitutes the state unemployment benefits. When we take pandemic unemployment assistance, which by the way was a program instituted by the CARES Act for self-employed workers, for gig workers, for part-time workers, then that number increases to 40 million people. Yes, folks, according to a report from the Century Foundation, and we'll show you that report on your screen right now, 40 million of our fellow Americans were on unemployment, not just including state unemployment, but also including the newly created pandemic unemployment assistance program for self-employed workers, for gig workers, for part-time workers, which did not exist. It did not exist prior to the pandemic. Almost 40 million individuals, think about that for a second, 40 million individuals on unemployment benefits at one point or another in 2020, and 7 million individuals out of these 40 million individuals now expecting refunds because of the new law. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. A lot of effort goes into the production of these videos, and the way you can support our channel is by simply clicking the like button below, by clicking subscribe, and by enabling notifications. I want you to know I greatly appreciate you. I work hard on this channel every single day, and all I ask of you is to please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about 7 million individuals who can now expect refunds from the IRS because of the $10,200 unemployment tax break. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.